everyone, this is Debs and this is your TGIF for Friday the 4th of April 2025. It is wonderful to be with you guys. Thank you so much for being here and I hope you've got a lovely weekend planned. So we're going to be delving in and looking at each individual sign as per usual, starting off of course with the sign of Aries. So let's have a look and see what's going on for my Aries. This is a Lionsgate Tarot. If you'd like to book a reading, my website's down below. All the decks are listed and the link to join the channel is there too. So Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the T.G.I.F reading for all signs, starting off with the sign of Aries. Friday, the 4th of April 2025. What do we have for my Aries, please, Michael? Thank you. You're on the edge of something, Aries. I don't know why. I'm seeing somebody on a running track. They're on an elevated running track, but they keep looking over the edge as if they're saying to themselves, shall I just jump off in another direction? But they keep going round. Okay. It's almost one of these running tracks you sometimes get at the top of buildings, you know? Shall I do it? Shall I jump off? Shall I do something crazy? You may be getting bored, Aries. You may be in a cycle. Okay, guys. Wow, 10 of Swords. Okay. Knight of Cups. Aries, did somebody run off with somebody else? I'm hearing that car outside. The Wheel of Destiny. 6 of Pentacles. Ah, Aries. 9 of Cups. Okay. Aries, you may have felt betrayed by someone. They came back with a sincere apology. They might have bought you flowers. You felt you were moving forward into the cycle where there will be equal give and take. But what you're realizing is this person's still being overindulgent. Yeah, you're back in the 10 of Wands, feeling as if with the 7 of Swords, this person isn't being honest with you again. 4 of Cups, you're not very happy about this, Aries. It's as if, wow, I thought second time around after feeling betrayed, this person would step up, do the right thing, treat me the way I should be treated. You're trying to ignore the fact, Aries, they could be messaging other people, maybe again. 8 of Wands. Okay, there's going to be an argument. Hangman, because you see things totally differently. You're now realizing this person's never going to change and you feel stuck. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. The Devil. You think someone is obsessed with developing a connection with someone else whilst keeping you hanging. You could be connected here with a Capricorn. You may feel someone here, Aries, is interested in someone else, possibly a Pisces. You may feel this person still communicating with a Pisces, biding their time, but really wanting to commit to this person, whoever sat in the Hangman. You're angry because you think this person's obsessed with a third party, Aries. It's as if I gave you a chance and now I realise you're possibly doing what you did in the past. You're schmoozing somebody else. The Death card. You were hoping for major change and transformation, Scorpio energy. You hoped that by isolating yourself from this person, they would learn their lesson. They would be afraid of losing you and change their ways. They came back with an apology. Page of Cups, Virgo energy here. 10 of Cups. I mean, Aries, this is I love you, you're my person, right? But Aries, you're coming through as a Queen of Swords. You don't trust this person anymore. You're using your intuition that they're actually still trying to hang on to a third party. You feel, Aries, with the Six of Cups, that this is someone who wants to go back to a lover. And you don't know what to do about it. So, Aries, let's have a look and see what this person would want to say to you. You feel they're obsessed with a third party. What would this person want to say to my Aries, Michael, please? I pushed you away because I knew I was going to inevitably disappoint or hurt you. This is someone, Aries, who tried to detach from you because they knew they were interested in somebody else. I think you fought to bring this person back into your life. But what you did say to them is, if you ever betray me again, that is it. They sort of came around to the idea that, okay, let's patch things up. But what you're realizing is you're moving back into a karmic cycle of them breadcrumbing you and then being overindulgent. They haven't changed. They're still fixated on a third party. So, Aries, what you're thinking about now, was it worth my time in trying to pull this person back to me if they are emotionally connected to someone else? The thought of you with anyone else drives me crazy. I try not to think about that. Aries, this is someone who's a bit screwed up. This is someone who hates the thought of you running off with another guy, but they are obsessively trying to hang on to a third party somehow. Maybe messaging a third party every couple of months. Hey, how are you? Right? They don't want this third party to forget them. I'm not under the impression here, Aries, that your person is having an affair with a third party. It may be the third party is even trying to ignore this person. But it's as if they have a thought in the back of their mind that one day they could develop a long-term situation with them. How does this guy feel about the third party who may not even be speaking to them? Yeah, your guy is fantasizing about how life would be with a third party. So Aries, this is a guy who's trying to emotionally hang on to both of you. I don't think this third party is communicating with your guy. I think, though, your guy is obsessed with communicating with the third party because they're not reacting. I think the third party is the hangman. This guy is obsessed with sending messages to the third party. Even though they're not responding, this guy is not giving up. What you're realizing is your guy is not over someone they had a fling with in the past. It may even be somebody they had a fling with whilst you two were on a break. Maybe you two broke up for a period of time. But Aries, I think what you're realizing is this is a never-ending cycle and you want to get off the cycle, right? I think you are considering heading off in another direction because it's not making you very happy. You're still feeling that behind closed doors, they're desperately trying to message this third party and you're not having that. All right, guys, so maybe it's time for you to stand up for yourself, Aries, and say no more. All right, let's move to the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, here we go, guys. Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Taurians, please? I've just seen the Four of Wands. You may be thinking about a property or stability. What do we have for my lovely Taurians? 4th of April, 2025. What do we have for my lovely Taurians? Thank you, Michael. I don't know why. I'm hearing selling the house. Okay. Are you about to put your house on the market? The Death card, Scorpio. The Lovers, Gemini. The Moon. Wow, look at these major arcana. Cancerian energy. The Eight of Wands. Okay, Taurus. The Queen of Cups. The Five of Cups. The Three of Swords. Temperance. 10 of Swords. Wow. Taurus. The 4 of Cups. The King of Pentacles. The 4 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. The Sun. Taurus, this to me feels like a family dynamic, to be honest. Taurus, you could be the female, you could be the masculine. But I think one of you found out that your partner was possibly involved with a Gemini or a Scorpio or a Cancerian, kept it under wraps. I think, Taurus, you may be dealing with a child of yours who could be a grown adult who has intuited that this happened. Psychic downloads, Queen of Cups, about one of her parents having an affair. I don't think, Taurus, you have told this Queen of Cups the truth. I think you've been sitting in a lot of disappointed energy, feeling heartbroken about your partner. You have been coasting, trying to keep this marriage together, but deep down, you feel betrayed. With the 4 of Cups, you're not very happy. You could be a masculine, not happy that your wife stepped out, or you could be a feminine, not happy that your husband stepped out. You're both trying to keep this marriage together for the sake maybe of children. There's a property involved here. This property could be worth a lot of money. But you feel very burdened, Taurus, because one of your children, possibly a water sign, has become enlightened that there was an affair in the marriage. The Fool. Somebody took a leap of faith when they shouldn't have done. And I think after that time, there was healing involved. I think you and your partner, Taurus, decided for the sake of the stability of the marriage, for the sake of your children, you would patch things up. So you moved into a brand new cycle within your marriage. Hierophant, there you are, okay. But someone here is facing Judgment Day. Someone is facing Judgment Day because there's been a lot of conflict, 10 of Wands, in this long-term commitment, or a lot of conflict, Taurus, about money, 10 of Pentacles. So Taurus, you may be in a situation where whoever you are in the mix, you feel a child of yours has found out the truth, but hasn't actually said, I know this has been happening, or I know this happened, because this is somebody who's just intuited this. They don't want to call one of you out, your husband or your wife, because they don't want to upset the apple cart, but they sort of know that this has happened. I think, Taurus, behind the scenes, you're scrambling to keep this marriage together. But there may have been a lot of conversation here about family money. We got to keep this marriage together for the sake of the kids, something like that. Someone here is facing Judgment Day, the guilty party, right? But the guilty party is still facing Judgment Day because what they've realized is one of their children intuited the truth. And this is now a very awkward energy between one of you and your child, the child that found out, or the child that felt intuitively very strongly that something happened in the marriage. Let's get the Angel Answers deck out. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what is your advice for Taurus? What's your advice for Taurus? So Taurus, they are suggesting you are assertive, which makes me feel that you may be a feminine, I'm sorry for my guys, who may have found out your husband had been cheating. Because someone here doesn't look as if they're very happy with the King of Pentacles, right? Married man. Somebody's turning their back on the King of Pentacles. Be assertive, Taurus, pertaining to what you want. A year from now, meditation brings answers. You're going to figure out what you want to do. Trust. What's trust all about, Michael, please? Trust and have faith and reconsider a course of action. Okay. Taurus, you may be realizing that you can't trust someone here. This is you reconsidering, recovering the marriage because the trust has been broken. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, yeah. Taurus, I think you tried to keep this marriage together for the sake of your children, for the sake of family money. What you're recognizing is one of your children or your child has already figured out what's happened. That relationship has already been damaged. And what you're realizing is you just don't trust your partner anymore. However much you try and sort this out, however much you try and get the closeness back, it's just not happening. So what the angels are saying is, don't try and hang on to this, Taurus, if you're going to be very, very unhappy. It's just not worth being in a situation for the sake of your kids. I mean, if your kids are adults, over 18 at least, then they're not going to want you to sit in a very unhappy marriage for their sake. I think you've been hanging on to this for the sake of a house, for the sake of stability, but you're stressed because what you're being enlightened about is that this Queen of Cups feels betrayed. Now, this Queen of Cups could have felt betrayed by a Sagittarian or by their father. Or you may have been sat in heartbreak because you recognise that your husband took a lover, kept it hidden. This lover could be the Queen of Cups, passionately messaging a Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, possibly Scorpio with a death card. But you've been hiding this or trying to hide this from your child or one of your children. What you're realising is, Taurus, this person already knows. So the jig is up. Okay, guys, now let's from here move to the sign of Gemini. So Gem, here we go. Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what have we got for my lovely Geminis? Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. Few challenging energies, Gems. For the other signs, I hope that this is a good reading for you guys. I'm hearing floss. You could be flossing your teeth watching this, or you could be eating candy floss. I don't know. Or your name could be Floss. How strange. So, Gem, Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. Okay. Two queens who are not talking to each other. The Star. I think, Gemini, this Queen of Swords is trying to heal after an argument. Yeah, she's not happy. 4 of Cups. She's not happy. All right. Ace of Swords. This Queen of Wands knows the truth about why this Queen of Swords isn't happy. It could be because this Queen of Wands sat in the Knight of Wands and then held back, and it caused this Queen of Swords to have to move into the energy of self-sacrifice. Hangman. I think there was some very sharp conversation, Page of Swords, between this Queen of Swords and this Queen of Wands. It might have been about a child, or it might be that this Queen of Wands gave this Queen of Swords some kind of apology, but was very defensive afterwards, knowing that they possibly stepped into the Magician and caused the ending of a situation. This Queen of Wands may have tried to manifest a Scorpio. This could be a same-sex connection, guys, or we could be looking at a really testy family dynamic. Gem, you're obviously coming through as a Queen of Swords. I think this Queen of Wands did something to upset you. Could be a family member, could be a same-sex connection, could be even a working dynamic. Whatever this Queen of Wands did to you, Gem, you had to heal from this. You were very angry and you haven't been happy since. This Queen of Wands has cut contact, or you found out that this Queen of Wands was sat in the Knight of Wands. This may even have been a third party that you found your person cheating on you with. After this Queen of Wands cut contact, she held back from you, and she's been understanding, Gemini, that you've been sitting in a painful energy, trying to see someone's point of view, but self-sacrificing. There may have been an argument, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, between you and this Queen of Wands. Or there might have been a child in the mix, and this was very difficult for you. If this Queen of Wands apologized to you, I think she then became very defensive, because what you're realizing, Gemini, is she was trying to manifest an ending of a cycle, or she was trying to manifest an ending between you and your partner, or maybe even a friendship has dissolved between you and the Queen of Wands. It's no longer the same because of something this Queen of Wands did to upset you. Underneath the deck, okay, the Sun. There was enlightenment about a King of Pentacles. Something came to light about the King of Pentacles and possibly a Cancerian. The Four of Wands. Gem, if you were with a King of Pentacles, he might have met a Queen of Wands at a distance and you found out about it. Or this might have been a very testy conversation about a property. Eight of Swords. Gem, you've been in your head, feeling really stressed. What is going to happen here? Nine of Swords. Feeling as if someone sabotaged the situation and there's been heartbreak. So we have a war going on between a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Wands. Whatever the situation is, these two people are not speaking. There could have been a third-party situation here. Definitely a King of Pentacles was involved. And what, Gemini, I feel you're angry about is something this Queen of Wands did to cause an ending of either a family dynamic, a working situation, a friendship, or you felt a Queen of Wands wanted to end the partnership between you and your King of Pentacles and become the new partner. You thought this Queen of Wands was after your man. Something like that happened. You may now be trying to manifest transformation in this connection, or you are simply turning your back on the Queen of Wands episode and you're trying to, I'm hearing, work with what you still have. Okay. Bit of an unusual reading. Let's move into angel answers. What do the angels have to say to Gemini? Recovery. You will recover, Gem. Whatever happened, you will recover. a year from now, you will realise, Gemini, there is something better. Forget about this Queen of Wands, right? Don't stop. I feel they want you to look to the future, Gem. I feel they want you to try and disconnect from the past. Stop thinking about this Queen of Wands. She doesn't deserve you thinking about her the whole time, but you're angry somehow with this woman. Get more information, Gemini. Find out more. Get more information about... Okay, find out more from other people about maybe the Queen of Wands. But I think the angels are actually guiding you to forget about this woman and move forward. Ask for help from others in the near future. It will breed success. It will bring you success. So, a year from now, Gemini, you will be recovering. You're going to move on to a much better path. Don't stop looking to the future. Get more information about maybe how to move forward. That's what I'm getting here. Ask for help from others. Other people are around to help you. And in the near future, Gem, there is going to be success. Okay, you're going to be able to sort this out. You're going to be able to move yourself into a much more peaceful place in your life. You may be considering detaching from the King of Pentacles. You may be, if it's relevant, deciding not to communicate anymore with the Queen of Wands. Whatever situation you're in. Okay, Gems, so I'm leaving it there. Let's move to the sign of Cancer. All right, my beautiful Cancerians, here we go, guys. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Cancerians? Friday, the 4th of April, moving into the weekend and into a new week, Queen of Wands. You're thinking about a Queen of Wands, Cancer, or you could be the Queen of Wands. All right. I'm putting her to one side. Michael's telling me to. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians. Two of Swords. Pushing down your feelings about the past. Thinking about a Taurian, or thinking that you might have made mistakes in a marriage. Ace of Wands. Knight of Swords. Okay, Cancer. Oh, gosh. You may be a masculine Cancerian. You're no longer speaking to a Queen of Wands, a third party. You're looking at past mistakes in your marriage. You had a one-night stand and there was somebody here who was angry, possibly your partner, right? Seven of Cups. You're feeling emotionally all over the place. You're coming through as the King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. You may be feeling, Cancer, that you should move out of living with your partner. It's the right thing to do because you were strategic in having a fling. And there's very cold conversation between you and your partner. You may also be thinking about a child in the mix who may have recently moved, but they may have given you a difficult message of truth that they're struggling financially. So you may be thinking about your children or your child as well. Yeah, I think this child of yours is possibly struggling financially. And Cancer, this is your energy. This is someone who I think you're wanting to go and see. They could live at a distance. You're wanting to go and see this child of yours, Cancer. But with the Queen of Swords, she's going to be very cold with you, very abrupt with you. And you may realize that this relationship with a child is not going to be the same again. You may be traveling to see this person, Cancer, to admit the truth. You know, that you and your wife were covering up that you were getting divorced. Okay. Ace of Swords. This is an ending. You're realizing you manifested the ending of a family dynamic, maybe the ending also of a marriage. Four of Cups. We've got a female here who was very unhappy, realizing this just got completely toxic. You could be connected here with a Capricorn. Eight of Wands. This is someone who said to you, my masculine Cancerians, this is just toxic. I'm very angry about this. I'm very upset about this. Four of Pentacles. She's been holding back from you. And I think you've been sat, Cancer, thinking that everything was wonderful in the past. We were a happy family unit, right? My kids were happy when they were growing up, and now everything is disintegrated because I had to go and get some, because I had to have a fling. My child or my children aren't speaking to me because they recognize what's happened. My wife is very cold with me, and it's all because of an affair. Knight of Cups. Cancer, this is you. You are determined to bring your family closer to you again. You may be determined to patch up a marriage. You may be determined to apologize to your child or children, or you may be determined to be much more loving and affectionate with your family because you want to pull the unit back together again. But what you're realizing is it's not going to be as easy as you thought because of a lot of hurt. Your children may be angry that you've cheated on their mother. Your partner's obviously angry that you had a one-night stand or an affair, and it's as if in a matter of maybe a couple of months, your family's just disintegrated. And you're trying to figure out what you can do to sort of bring the family unit back together again. You may be buying your partner flowers. You may be traveling to see a child of yours here. You're going to do whatever you can, Cancer, to make amends, is what I'm hearing from Michael. Make amends. So Cancer, what would you want to say to your partner, your long-term partner? The thought of you with anyone else drives me crazy. I try not to think about that. Cancer, you still love your partner, but you were very tempted by a Queen of Wands. What is your partner saying to you? I feel so damaged and jaded. She's just fed up with the whole situation. She feels you irrevocably damaged the marriage, maybe upset the children as well, or child as well. Is there a message from a child here? I'm pretty sure we got a child in the mix. I think Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, I think this is a child who's a grown adult who may live at a distance. As far as she's concerned, Cancer, she may feel like she wants to turn her back on you. You're racing towards her. You don't know what her response is going to be. It may be to admit the truth. You had an affair. It may be to bring her closer into the family unit again, but she already knows what's happened. Okay. Wow. Cancer, I feel this Queen of Swords felt left out in the cold from you, pushed away by you. You may have said something like, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come home for a few months, right? Your mother and I are very busy right now, or something like that. She intuited you were trying to keep her away from the family home because your partner had found out that you'd been cheating. And you may have understood, Cancer, that your wife, this woman's mother, might have expressed the truth in front of you and it would have been too much for you to handle. Oh my gosh, you're going to accept our daughter back into the family home when we're sleeping in separate bedrooms and we're talking about separation? I don't want my daughter to know that I've been up to no good, right? And so you pushed your daughter away. That's what I'm getting here. You were strategic in pushing your daughter away, Queen of Swords, child, because you didn't want her to know the truth, but somehow she knew the truth. She knows the truth. What she's saying to you, Cancer, is, are you going to reject me? Right? After causing disruption to mom, to the family unit, are you going to push me away and be cold with me? Are you crazy? What are you doing, Dad? What are you doing? I already know, right? I already know what's been going on. Yeah, this is a family dynamic, Cancer. So you have some thinking to do about how to bring this family dynamic back together again. What do you want to say to your family as a whole? Okay, Cancer, really think about this. What you're saying to your family is, I'm trying to do this with my head, not my heart. Cancer, this is no time to be logical. You're a water sign. This is no time to be logical, thinking about family stability, thinking about money. No, you need to delve into your emotions, Cancer, because I feel as if you've got a lot of upset women around you. Daughter, your wife, I don't know if you've got any other kids. You need to sit down with a family, have the courage to express the truth, and say to your family, what can I do to make amends? What can I do? What do you want me to do? You're not. You're being very cold and analytical. You don't want one of your children to know what you've been up to because you'd be mortified. You feel that your daughter put you on a pedestal or something like that. But Cancer, she already knows. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, she already knows. She may even know that you are making a plan to separate from her mother. And so she can't believe that you are pushing her away. No, don't come back and see Mum and I because we're really busy right now. Yeah, she knows exactly what's going on. She knows what you're doing, Cancer, and she's upset. Anyway, Cancer, wow, that's for someone. Moving now to the sign of Leo, and let's hope, guys, for some really positive energy. So, my lovely Leos, here we go. Let's find out what's going to be happening over the weekend and into a new week. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Leos? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. Thank you, Michael. I'm seeing somebody dusting their house, dusting actually the top of a bookcase or something like that. I'm seeing this large, what looks like antique bookcase, dust flying off it. Okay, Leo. The 9 of Swords. Oh, gosh, Michael, really? Okay. 8 of Swords. You're in your head, feeling stressed out. 8 of Pentacles. You may be really nervous about money. You could be stressed, Leo, about your job. You're standing at crossroads, Leo. You're sitting on the fence about moving into a new cycle. Because with the 6 of Pentacles, you're very worried about money here. Ace of Wands, you're wanting a passionate new start. You're wanting to move in a new direction, Leo. But you're very worried that you can't afford to do this. You may be considering moving. 10 of Wands. Previously, you were quite excited about this, I feel, Leo. But now what you're thinking about is, I don't know if I can afford this new cycle. 4 of Swords, you're thinking about this. Am I doing something risky here? I mean, Leo, this could be you getting super excited that you've been offered a loan or a mortgage for you to move into a beautiful new cycle, maybe into a new property, And what you're realizing now is, I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring in enough money to afford this new cycle. So you're slightly nervous, guys. You may be speaking to a boss to try and figure out whether or not you're still going to have your job. You may have heard rumours flying around the office, Leo, that there were going to be some job changes, restructuring in the company or something like that. Or you may be communicating with your father, Leo, Emperor, basically to say, Dad, I may have a problem financially, as in I might have to come and live back at home, or is there any way that you can help me out with some money? Queen of Swords. I think, Leo, the Queen of Swords is you. I think the Queen of Swords is you. You are in a very logical mindset. You're carefully thinking about your future. Judgment. Yeah, you've got a major decision to make here. You may be very cold with a Sag for some reason, because you feel stuck now. It's as if I was so looking forward and so excited about this new cycle I was moving into. Now what I'm wondering is, am I overstretching myself? Is this going to cause me more stress than anything else? King of Swords. Leo, you may be about to sign a legal contract for something. It could be a brand new rental flat. It could be you've just got a mortgage for a new property. What you're thinking about now is, I don't know if financially I can actually afford this. I think you are trying to get information from your boss about the company. Is my job safe? Or you're wanting to speak to your father, Leo, to figure out if he can help you out financially. The Star. You were dreaming of your wish come true, very excited about something. But you've been pulling back recently, Leo, doing a lot of thinking about this new start. You may have been a little bit defensive against a fire sign. 8 of Wands, there could have been an argument on top of your financial issues. There could have been an argument about betrayal by a fire sign. 10 of Swords. You've moved yourself to calmer waters, Leo, but what you're realizing is you're halfway to this new cycle. You don't seem to have a paddle. We've got choppy waves here. What you're thinking about is, was this the right thing for me to do? You're now realizing that you may have to leave a dream behind. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. You're being very logical with yourself here, Leo. You're being very logical. You're keeping your feet on the ground and you're thinking, okay, I was very excited about this new cycle. Now I'm wondering, am I overreaching myself? On top of which, there might have been a very difficult situation with a fire sign here. Let's see what this Emperor is going to say to you. What is this Emperor going to say to my Leos? The Death card. He may want to talk to you about a Scorpio. Or with the Death card, Leo, what this Emperor is saying to you is there are going to be changes. What is he saying to you? Thank God. Leo, the changes are going to be good changes. Okay, so you may be wondering whether or not rumours were true going around a company. Oh my God, you know, company's going to be restructured. Am I going to lose my job? Am I not going to be able to pay my new mortgage? Something like that. No, whatever he says to you is good news. Which is, no, Leo, there's going to be restructuring, but we're going to give you a bonus because we're putting you onto a higher bracket of salary. Or, no, Leo, don't worry. I want to come and see you because I've got something very exciting to tell you, which may well be, I'm going to help you financially. Don't worry. We don't want you to feel stressed, or I don't want you to feel stressed if this is a father figure. Yeah, Leo, you're going to be absolutely fine, guys. Victory and success. So you may be getting a bonus at work rather than fearing that you're losing your job, everything's going to be fine. Or, Leo, you're going to be able to move forward into this new cycle without feeling stressed. As in, if you were worried that you couldn't pull in enough money to support yourself going forward, you may even be an entrepreneur, Leo, I don't know, then if this is a father figure, Emperor, he's coming to your rescue, okay? He's coming to your rescue, Leo. Yeah. What the divine is saying is, before you get the good news, concentrate on your health and concentrate in holding back from maybe overspending. Okay. Okay, yeah, lovely. So, Leo, we have Emperor, Empress. Okay, we have your parents here. Your mother and your father are going to be forwarding you a decent amount of money, quite a lot of money. It may even be enough that you can pay off a mortgage completely on a new place. You're actually going to be sat, Leo, in the Nine of Pentacles. This is about a family dynamic, Leo. You're going to be absolutely fine. Your parents are going to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I think your mother in particular is talking to your father and saying, look, you know, for goodness sake, we need to help Leo. Money's going to be coming in. It may take a few months, but you're going to be fine. Okay, guys? You're actually going to be sat in the Nine of Pentacles. And if you've got a 9-to-5 job, Leo, rather than, you know, HR saying to you, I'm sorry, due to restructuring, we have to make you redundant. No, Leo, you may find yourself in a higher position at a much higher salary bracket. So this is really good news for you. Sigh of relief, Leo, you're going to be fine. Okay, good. Moving to the sign of Virgo. Okay, my beautiful Virgos, here we go, guys. Let's dip into this deck and see what's going on. Okay, Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, you are trying to manifest something, Virgo. You're trying to manifest something, guys. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my Virgos, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 4th of April, moving into the weekend and into a new week. What do we have for Virgo? Thank you, Michael. So you're trying to make something happen here. You may be thinking outside the box, Virgo. 4 of Pentacles. You're worried a little bit about money. You're holding on to money. Knight of Swords. You may be having a very straight conversation with someone. Oops. That someone could be a Queen of Wands, who might have been trying, I'm hearing, to schmooze you. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, you are holding back from a Queen of Wands because you're angry. You feel she love-bombed you, or you feel she buttered you up in some way to get what she wanted. You're angry, Virgo. 7 of Cups. You've been sat in a lot of emotional confusion about walking away. Okay. Virgo, you could either be a masculine, now you could be a feminine sat in your masculine, guys. Virgo, you could either be a masculine who was schmoozed by the Queen of Wands, pretending she loved you, love-bombed you, but what you're realising is all she actually wanted was money, and you're very upset about that. You're protecting your finances. You're telling her, I think I know what you've been up to. Or Virgo, this could be a difficult situation where you are holding back from a very angry Queen of Wands. She's angry because you tried to romance her, whilst you were sitting feeling very confused about walking away from a long-term commitment. Could work that way too. Let's carry on, guys. King of Pentacles. Okay, Virgo, you are a masculine. Thinking about your Ten of Pentacles. The Wheel of Destiny. You are wanting to move forward into a new cycle. Three of Cups. You are wanting to reunite with someone and move forward into a fresh cycle. Four of Cups. High Priestess. But you're realizing, Virgo, that with the energy of the Four of Cups and the High Priestess, using your intuition, you're realizing this isn't going to work. Because you've been having to cope with a toxic situation. So Virgo, the root of the issue seems to be the Queen of Wands. She's bang smack in the middle of the reading. She either tried to love bomb you to get money out of you, Ten of Pentacles, and it could have been in any situation. It could have been work, family, partnership, lover, right? Or Virgo, you were on the fence, about to end a long-term relationship, wanting to be with the Queen of Wands, only to realize, Virgo, that with the Wheel of Destiny, this Queen of Wands is moving forward, possibly reconciling with an ex, thinking back at when she met you, realizing you weren't honest with her, realizing you were married, using her intuition that this was you just sitting in toxic energy. So Virgo, whatever your situation is, I think you're realizing something here is not working. You're trying to manifest something here, and what you're going to realize is it's not going to manifest. Underneath the deck, the Tower. There may have been issues with an Aries or a Scorpio. The Hermit, you may have taken a risk, Virgo, because you may have felt left out in the cold. Eight of Pentacles. I think, Virgo, you wanted to work on a situation, but you were standing at crossroads, either relating to a Sagittarian, Judgment, or you had to make a major decision to end a cycle, but you couldn't make a decision to do it. You decided not to do this. I think with the Page of Wands, Virgo, there might have been a very testy conversation with an Empress, could be your wife, or you might have been angry relating to an older woman with a child, Page of Wands, Empress. Now, Virgo, I don't know whether or not you got someone pregnant. Did you get this third party pregnant? And you were on the fence about leaving your wife to be with this woman, but you're finding out this third party has reconciled with their ex, not interested in you anymore. Or if, Virgo, this is a situation where this Queen of Wands tried to schmooze you, your wife may be asking you to face Judgment Day because you've got kids. What did you do, Virgo? We've got kids, right? We've got a child. How could you do this? Whoever is sat in the Four of Cups, Virgo, is using their intuition, not speaking, because they know this is toxic. All right, guys, moving to Lighted Pathway. What information do we have for Virgo, please? Conflict resolved. Okay. If there were issues, problems, conflict, it will be resolved, Virgo. But the angels are saying, Virgo, you have to let down your guard and speak the truth to everyone involved. Don't hide anything from anyone. The more you keep secrets, or the more you're defensive about owning up to something, the worse it's going to get. What else are the angels saying? Listen to advice from others. Seek advice from other people. Because someone here was just focused on work and money. I think this Queen of Wands was focused on money somehow. So your wife, May Virgo, had been saying to you, what are you doing having a fling with a Queen of Wands? All she wants is your Ten of Pentacles. She doesn't love you. This could even have been a woman who wanted to marry you for money, Virgo. Or your wife might be saying to you, Virgo, I know you don't want to hear this, but I think you've just been sat in a logical energy trying to keep your Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, whereas the family are falling apart, right? What are you doing? So Virgo, you've got some thinking to do, guys, okay? Underneath the deck, there is a secret coming out. There will be a secret that is revealed. Okay. All right, guys. Moving to the sign of Libra. Hello, my lovely Libras. Okay, guys. Let's delve in and find out what's going to be happening. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my Libras, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Masculine or feminine for Libra? Oh, let's have some positive energies, please, Michael. He's saying it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, everyone has to learn lessons, which means a lot of people have to go through trials, tribulations. Yeah, he's saying that's what it's all about, Deborah. Yeah, he's right, isn't he? Okay. All right, Libra. 3 of Wands. You're looking to your future. You're waiting for your ships to come in. Wow, Libra, you're thinking about the 9 of Cups. A wish come true. 7 of Pentacles. You may be looking at past mistakes. It might be I spent too much money and I shouldn't have done. You're seeing things slightly differently, Libra, now, as in I'm still waiting to move forward into a dream come true, but I wish I'd been a bit more savvy financially. We can all say that. Ace of Cups. Libra, this is you sat in self-love. You're sat in self-love. It's as if I've sacrificed for long enough. I'm moving into this beautiful new situation. I'm slightly worried about my finances, but I'm determined to do this. Yes, Libra. The Emperor. I feel this is you connecting with a father figure. 7 of Wands. You may have stood your ground, Libra, with an older masculine or a father figure. Might have been someone that you hoped would be a bit more supportive of you, but they weren't. I think in the nicest sense, Libra, you're turning your back on this Emperor and you're determined to be happy in your future. Yes, you're turning your back on this Emperor. You may have been very disappointed by this masculine for some reason. And you're determined to move yourself into the 9 of Pentacles energy. Stable, single, independent. 6 of Wands. There will be victory and success in your future. But I feel there's also going to be a bit of a sharp conversation coming up between you and this Emperor. You may call this guy out. You may say you weren't supportive. You were simply sat in ego, too worried about what other people would think, too worried about your image. I had to move myself to calmer waters. It wasn't easy for me. No support from you, right? It made me feel very sad and disappointed in you. I think this is a conversation with a father figure. Yeah, you're very disappointed because you feel this Emperor sat in toxic energy. But Libra, this is a very positive reading for you. Despite the challenges, despite not having any support, despite worries about your finances, Libra, you are forging forward. You are determined to make a success of this new cycle. This is a power read for you. You thought that you could rely on this Emperor, Now, this could be somebody who you've divorced. This is a head of a company who let you go at a moment's notice. You may have had to pick yourself up and try and get another job. This could be a father figure who wasn't there when you needed him, okay? Whatever your challenges were, you are still determined to move forward, be successful, and be happy. The Justice card. You are finally bringing balance to your life. This could be a new contract, or you could be moving to a new area. You could have just moved into a new rental flat. You could be buying a property. This may be a new job for you. With the Ace of Swords, you figured out the truth about this Emperor. And there was a sense of feeling very confused. Why wasn't he more supportive? Why wasn't he there when I needed him? Why was he so sad and ego? The Wheel of Destiny. You may have been confused. Do I move into this new cycle or not? Do I take this chance or not? But Libra, you know this is your dream come true. With the Star, you know this is your dream come true. This is your wish. Despite the fact, Libra, that you may be juggling money, despite the fact that you may be worried about your finances, you are determined to move forward and to make a success of this. You're moving into the Four of Wands. There will be financial stability. You're going to find a way, Libra, of paying your mortgage, paying your rent, paying your bills. You will find a way. Despite this Emperor not giving you the support that you felt he should have done. This could be an employer who underpaid you. This could be, Libra, you shockingly going through divorce very quickly, realizing this Emperor Saturn ego, possibly got involved with somebody, possibly cheated on you, and this is you in the energy of a single person again, thinking, wow, what just happened? This could be a father figure. You may have felt your father was sat too much in ego, thinking about his money, not supporting you, leaving you by the wayside, right? Whatever the situation is, Libra, you will be fine. You will pick yourself up and you will be successful in moving to calmer waters in this beautiful new cycle. Don't think about the past. Don't think about this toxic situation that you've left. Michael wants those off the board. Ooh, okay. All right, he wants me to replace them. That's never happened before. The Fool. Okay, Libra. The Divine wants you to get excited about this brand new cycle. Yes, it's a bit of a risk. You may feel nervous about finances, but the Divine says you can do this. You're going to be okay, Libra. Wow, that's never happened before. Yeah. Libra, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to get your head down. You're going to have to concentrate on bringing in money, concentrate on not spending, pull in your reins, right, spending wise. If you can do that, if you can be strong with yourself, you will be fine. No overindulgence, no spending on things you don't need. If you can pull your reins in, and if you can get your head down and really concentrate on work in the next few months, you're going to be absolutely fine. Okay, Libra. Underneath the deck, we have you, Queen of Swords. Be strategic, Libra. Okay. With the energy of the moon, you are sat in a bit of fear, but you will be closing out a cycle, Libra, of worrying about money and worrying about being left out in the cold. You will be fine. Okay? Yeah. So think positively, guys. No more clarification needed. We're moving now to the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio, I hope you guys are still with me. I'm going to put timestamps anyway. You may have just jumped to this reading. So what do we have for my gorgeous Scorpios? Thank you guys, by the way, for being here, for being so amazing. What do we have for my lovely Scorpios? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Friday, the 4th of April. Thank God it's Friday, people. So Scorpio's energy, please, Michael. Thank you. All right, guys. The Page of Swords, your information gathering, Scorpio. You're finding out something. Whatever you find out, you may stop communicating with someone here. Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Six of Wands, yeah. Scorpio, I've got to be honest, I think I'm connecting with a masculine. I keep looking at this card. I think, Scorpio, you are a masculine who was planning on reaching out to a woman that you felt would be your perfect person. You wanted to sit in the Ten of Cups with this woman, potentially to feel victorious with the Six of Wands, or she could be highly successful. But what you're realizing is, difficult message of truth, she's not interested. Two of Swords. I think I'm dealing with a masculine Scorpio who's been turned away. Now, Scorps, that will be very difficult for you to cope with, but that's what I see. Three of Cups. You were hoping to reconcile with someone here, Scorpio, because you were looking at past mistakes. They might have had to do with finances here. I think, Scorpio, what you're realizing is you held back from someone. It might be because you were concentrating on finances in the past. And what you're realizing now is she's moved on. And you can't cope with that acknowledgement. Yes, it's done. Ace of Swords, it's done. She's not interested anymore. And Scorpio, it's as if you're looking back thinking, God, what an idiot. I shouldn't have concentrated so much on my money. I should have moved towards her to say, you know, I really, really want this. It's almost her saying to you, Scorpio, I'm so sorry. It's too late now. I'm really not interested. This is either a woman who's concentrating on her career, or she may even be leaving the area with the Ace of Swords, as in, this is done. I'm sorry, I'm moving forward. Seven of Cups. You're looking at options to move into a brand new cycle, to move into the energy of the Emperor. Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands. By marrying someone and moving into the Four of Wands, Scorpio, you are either simply ready as a masculine to get married. I'm looking at other options. I really want to move forward into the next phase of my life. I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to be the Emperor. You may be even thinking of wanting to have kids. You're wanting to feel stable. You're wanting to move in with someone. You're wanting to build a life with someone. I think you've got someone on your mind here, someone that you wanted to reconcile with, but what you're realizing is it's too late. They've moved on. The Magician. You were really hoping to manifest a beautiful relationship with someone here, but what you're realizing is, with the Four of Cups, this is someone who's not interested. You might even have been wanting to talk to this person about moving in together, right? Ace of Pentacles, uprooting and moving. You were ready to fight off the competition, Scorpio, with the Five of Wands. You were really passionate about going for this with the Knight of Wands. But what you're realizing is Temperance, Sagittarian energy. You waited too long. You coasted for too long. Five of Pentacles, you may have left this woman out in the cold because you were concentrating on your finances, But what you're realizing now is, because of that, she's not interested anymore. So Scorps, you may have to cut your losses. You may have to cut your losses. It's almost as if you had a wake-up call. Oh my God, this is my woman. I'm going to go and get my woman, only to realize that she'd moved on. Let's get some messages. Scorpio, you could be dealing with an earth sign, Queen of Pentacles, or somebody who's a career woman. Here we go, guys. Charming Oracle, secret love messages. What would you want to say to this woman, Scorpio? Okay, 2 messages. First one, I'm thinking about sending you a message because I want to explain things to you. Scorpio, you feel as if you need to explain something. Second message, I want to talk to you again and make things right between us, but I'm so afraid you'll reject me. Scorpio, I think you're on the brink here of moving towards this woman to say, Knight of Cups, I do love you. I do want the 10 of Cups with you. I think this would be a very successful partnership. But she's turning her back on you either because she's a career woman, she's not interested in love, she's just into her career, or because she's had success in reuniting with someone from her past. Or it could be you're realizing, Scorpio, it's simply too late, she's moved on. You may have to cut your losses, guys. You may have to cut your losses. But you're sad, Scorps. I just can't stop loving you. Oh, this is a classic case, Scorpio, of woulda, coulda, shoulda. If I had known how I would have been feeling going into the future, I would never have let this woman go. I mean, that's the energy. But guys, you have to see that this woman may not have been meant for you, you know? All right. So we're heading to the sign of Sagittarius. So here we go, my lovely Saggies. Let's find out what's going to come through for you guys. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please? Knight of Wands. All right, Sag, you ready to get going? Or you may have a Knight of Wands coming towards you. Watch out. Okay, there could be somebody really hot and heavy wanting to be with you. Sag, oh my word. Okay, we've got the Hierophant. Could be a Taurian racing back to you from the past. But I don't know if you're interested in this person, Sag, because you may be concentrating on your career. I mean, they all came out. Michael's saying put them back in, keep shuffling. That's a message for someone. Okay, guys. So, what do we have for my Saggies, please? Thank you, Michael. Male or female? What do we have for my Saggies? Thank you. All right. Here we go. The 8 of Swords. Oh, Sag, get out of your head. What are you worried about? 6 of Wands. You're in your head about victory and success. Oh, Sag, you know. 5 of Pentacles. Why are you feeling left out in the cold? Because you got victory and success. You should be happy, right? Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay, Sag, very clear. You're in your head because you are very good at what you do. You've got an extremely successful career, but you may not be bringing in as much money as you wanted, or you may feel you're doing this on your own. You may want love with the Ace of Cups, but with the Queen of Swords, you've been sat very much in your masculine energy. It's kind of, I really wanted to be successful in my career. I wanted to make sure I was financially stable, but because of that, I've missed out on love. You may be wanting to change your routine, Sag, to free up more time to meet someone. Page of Wands. There is going to be somebody who is going to message you, flirting with you. Could be a Scorpio who could change your life. Yes, wow, Sag, this Knight of Cups is coming in. Saggy, why are you going into the Nine of Swords? It's as if, please don't romance me, please don't bring me flowers, please don't do that. Sag, I don't understand what the issue is. Are you worried that if you move into a relationship and open up to someone, they're going to hurt you? Or are you worried that it's somehow going to mean that you're not going to be quite so successful? Because, for instance, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have to spend time with this guy, not on your work. Oh, there's a really difficult push-pull energy to do with working on your financial stability and having love in your life. It's as if you keep going backwards and forwards. What do I really want? I really want both. But somehow you feel that if you concentrate on both, one is going to slip. Your career's going to slip, or you're not going to be able to hold this relationship down. You're stressing, guys. Yeah, you're Saturn fear. Oh, bless your heart. Okay. This guy could be a Scorpio or a Cancerian coming in. Page of Pentacles. You're very tempted to offer this guy friendship. Sag. Why? Justice, because of your work? And your stability? The King of Cups. Okay, Sag, you don't know what you want, guys. We have a King of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, possibly a Scorpio, possibly a Cancerian, who is head over heels about you. You're either a single parent and you've been through the mill, so you're coming through as a Queen of Swords, I don't trust anyone. Or this is a guy who's coming towards you to say, I want to date you, okay, which would bring justice to your life. You'd move into the Four of Wands with this guy who may even want to marry you, but you're saying to yourself, Sag, I'd have to change my life, right? Oh, guys. The Nine of Wands. Sag, you're going to realise this guy really wants to make things work with you, okay? You're going to realise, Two of Cups, he's in love with you. He's in love with you. But I don't think, Sag, with a High Priestess, that you've wanted to acknowledge this guy who may have been trying to show you that he was serious. And now I think, Sag, there's going to be a Tower moment. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, this guy is determined to move towards you to say, okay, Sag, I'm not allowing you to push me away anymore. I'm not allowing you to ignore me. I love you, Knight of Cups. I want to be with you. And I'm handing you my heart, Sag, right? I'm handing you my heart. I want to commit. You become enlightened, Sag, that this guy is really wanting to be with you. The love is real, the love is genuine, and the divine is asking you to make a really serious judgment call. Okay, Sag, what are you going to do? Are you going to push him away out of fear? Are you going to push him away to concentrate on your career? Or are you going to let love in? Your choice. It's as if, Sag, you've been in this self-protective mode for so long you've got used to it. All right, Sag, let's see what this guy's going to say. I think you're just sat feeling fearful. I think you might have been in a self-protective energy for a long time without really acknowledging that within yourself subconsciously. This guy is sort of pushing the barriers down and saying, okay, Sag, enough of that. Lower your defences, I want to marry you. I mean, Justice, Four of Wands, King of Cups is, let's get hitched. And bless you, you're sat in fear with the moon and the Nine of Swords. It's as if this has given me sleepless nights. Oh, this guy just can't stop loving you. Oh, okay, he's in love. He's in love. Sag. I'm thinking about sending you a message because I want to explain things to you. Okay, maybe you were a bit iffy about this guy in the past. Maybe you felt he wasn't on the up and up. Maybe he dated you, Sag, and then moved on with somebody else. And this is you looking back thinking, well, okay, I'm never going to let this guy back into my life again. I can't cope with a heartbreak. It might be that. It might be, oh yeah, I want you back because I know that we're meant to be together. Okay, this is an ex coming back, Sag, who wants to start things up again with you. You're in the Queen of Swords mode. You don't know if you really want this, but I think the divine is saying consider it, because this is genuine love, right? King of Cups, Knight of Cups. This is someone who genuinely loves you. All right? So Saggy, leaving it there. We're moving now to the sign of Capricorn. How's it going, Caps? Let's delve in, find out what's going to be happening for you. Thank goodness it is Friday, Cappy. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have, please, for my lovely Capricorns? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for my Capricorns, please? Moving into the weekend and into a new week. Thank you, Michael. I'm seeing somebody on a highway changing gear. Okay, Capricorn, you want to get on with something. You want progress. You want to push forward in some way. Judgment. All right. Cappy, you are making a very serious decision about a Gemini or about a Sagittarian. You're making a choice. You're making a choice about an Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. And here we have you, the Devil. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. Capricorn, you have chosen your woman. I'm sorry, I'm connecting with a masculine. You could be a female signing your masculine. You have chosen your woman. You might have had a choice between two women. You've chosen the Empress. You believe this is your woman. You may feel this woman is in a toxic situation. It could be financially, it could be emotionally. You may feel she needs your help. You may feel that you two are meant to be. It's as if you want to lift this woman up out of a stressful situation by committing to her, Capricorn. It's as if, don't worry, you're not going to be on your own. I'm here, or I'm on my way. Wow, Capricorn. This could be a very romantic meeting. I don't know if you knew this woman before. I don't know whether or not you've just dated her a few times. She may have been left to struggle on her own somehow, and it's as if you're riding towards her, knight in shining armor. Don't worry, I'm here. Don't worry, you're not going to have to stress. Don't worry, I'm going to lift you up out of this toxic situation because I want to commit to you. Wow, Capricorn. 3 of Cups. Yeah. This is you wanting to celebrate with this woman. You may feel she's been through it. You may feel people have juggled her with somebody else, or you may feel she's struggling financially. This is a really good woman with the Empress energy who may have been treated badly. You may have felt she went through a tower moment, Aries, Scorpio, and you're coming in, Page of Pentacles. Don't worry, I'm here. I keep hearing that. Cappy, don't worry, I'm here. Wow. Queen of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. the Magician. 6 of Wands. Okay, Cappy. You have so much respect for this woman. It's crazy. Cappy, it's as if you have stood back and watched this woman struggle and push on and put on a brave face. And this is you thinking, wow, this is a strong woman. But you're also recognizing, Cappy, she's on her own. She may be sat in fear of opening the door to anyone new. I think, Capricorn, you've been watching this woman for quite a long time at a distance. You somehow feel that if you two came together, you would make a perfect partnership. You may feel, Capricorn, that you have some form of financial stability. You may feel she is highly creative. And I think, Capricorn, what you're realizing is you should manifest this woman because you two will be a powerhouse. That's the feeling I'm getting. I keep hearing, don't worry, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Don't worry. Capricorn, underneath the deck, the 5 of Wands, you've been in internal conflict about doing this for quite a long time. You see this woman maybe as a rising star, but somebody who's faced a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain. She could be an Aquarian. You've realised, Cappy, with the 8 of Cups, that she's been left on her own. This is a woman walking along a deserted beach. You may feel with a Chariot that she's had to move or she's having to relocate. Or you may feel, Capricorn, with a Chariot, she could be a Cancerian, that she's simply trying to progress on her own and it's not easy. You may feel with a 6 of Swords, she is going to move to calmer waters. And you've been thinking, Cappy, of moving towards her to say, hey, I'm here, I care about you, let's date. Or if this is somebody that you dated before, Cappy, you want to reconcile with this woman. I think you see her putting on a brave face to the world when actually deep down she's very unhappy. And I think, Capricorn, you want to see her smile again. I think, Cappy, you want to make her happy. This is a really beautiful reading. Oh my goodness. This is, don't worry, I will take care of you. I will make sure you're okay. I will be your knight in shining armour. You're not going to have to stress again. Cappy, this is beautiful. Here we go, guys. Let's see what you want to say to this woman. She could be a Taurus. She could be a Libra. Sag here. Leo here. Aquarian energy. Cancerian energy. Scorpio. I'm hiding the way I truly feel. Yeah, Capricorn, I think you have deep feelings for this woman. Yeah. There you are, Caps. You're thinking this is your Empress. I'm not sure how to best approach you. I'm thinking about it. You know you have to do this gently, carefully. You may feel she's sitting in a fragile energy. You may feel she's going to be very nervous or she's going to be shocked. I see who you are. I don't think any less of you for any life circumstance. I see your heart and I see your soul. Capricorn, you've fallen in love with this woman. You see her heart, you see her soul. This is a really good woman full of integrity who has been mistreated by other people. She may not have a lot of money. She may be on the breadline. She could be struggling. It's as if you want to say to her, I don't care about that. I've got a bit of financial stability. I don't care about that. We could work together and be a powerhouse. It's as if you want to lift this woman up and put her in a lovely, safe place with you because you feel she deserves it. You feel this is an amazing woman and there aren't that many women out there like her. That's how you feel. So, gorgeous, Capricorn. What a beautiful reading. I'm leaving it there. And we're moving now to the sign of Aquarius. So, my lovely Aquarians, are you still awake? Have you fallen asleep? Oh, let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. My lovely Aquarians. Happy Friday, guys. Thank goodness we're moving into the weekend. What do we have for Aqua, please? Thank you, Michael. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm getting a very strong isolating energy, Aqua. Are you in your head? Are you really thinking about something deeply? Not surprised, you're an air sign, but I'm getting that. Ace of Pentacles. You may be, Aquarius, thinking about uprooting and moving, relocating. You may be thinking of a Leo with a Strength card, or you're holding back from doing something pretty major here. You're thinking about the past, and you're sat in your Queen of Swords. You're turning your back on the past, Aquarius, and you may be holding back from making a really big move. You may be talking to a lawyer, a financier. You may be talking to somebody about creating a plan. Knight of Swords. There may have been an argument with a fellow air sign recently. Could be a Gemini with the energy of the Lovers. Were you angry about finding out someone had been cheating? Six of Swords. You've moved to calmer waters in the situation here, Aqua. Or you could be heading to see a Virgo, or a Virgo wants to move to calmer waters with you. But there's a very cold energy between you two. I don't know what the problem here was. You might have been holding back from separating from a partner. Your partner may be talking to you about the past. There might have been an intense conversation about one of you cheating. I think, Aquarius, you are somehow moving yourself to calmer waters. You're isolating yourself, doing a lot of thinking. Seven of Wands, you're in self-protection mode. You're also standing your ground, either with an emperor or about an emperor. This could be you speaking the truth to a father figure. This could be you holding back from someone who's married. This could be you very defensive as a masculine or a feminine against a long-term partner because of cheating. The Chariot. There's a lot of conversation about moving, travel, maybe separation, relocation. Temperance. But you've been biding your time, Aqua, because it's as if you don't want to make a hasty decision. There might be a situation here with a Cancerian or a Sag. Ten of Cups. You're biding your time thinking about the Ten of Cups. I think, yeah, very strong energy of standing at crossroads. Aquarius, you are at crossroads. It's as if you know you're in a cold partnership with someone, or you know there's been a massive disconnect with someone. You don't know at the moment whether or not you can patch things up. This could be you and a partner, long-term partner. This could be you and a family dynamic. Someone here cheated. Somebody here said, okay, I think I should go. Someone else said, well, hang on. What about the history? What about the past? We've spent a long time together, or I've known you for a long time. Father figure, Emperor. Thinking of leaving, but standing strong with the view that I don't want to do anything too hasty. I want to see if I can move into the Ten of Cups. Let's just give it some time, right? So yeah, underneath the deck, the Two of Wands. You, Aquarius, are stood at crossroads. You're feeling very, very stressed. You're thinking about the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. You may feel somebody here was trying to do something sneaky with money. Take what was yours, something like that. Or somebody cheated in a long-term relationship. Five of Swords. You're thinking about sabotage. You're thinking with the Eight of Pentacles that someone here wants to work on this. Could be you, could be them. But with the energy of the Two of Swords, there's a sense of betrayal with the Ten of Swords. So whoever betrayed another person is wanting to patch things up, is wanting to make it right, but they really feel that it's too late. So Aqua, let's get some messages from the lighter pathway. What do we have for my lovely Aquarians? Thank you, Michael. The conflict will be resolved. Okay, that's good. The conflict will be resolved. Get more information, Aquarius. Get more information, Aqua. Strong connection, honesty. Someone's going to say to you, Aquarius, or you could be saying to someone, I've got to be honest. I cheated because I felt a very strong connection with someone. It wasn't just lust and desire. I felt maybe a past life connection with someone. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. But Aquarius, somebody is going to be explaining why they cheated. Is this going to work out? I think the person that cheated or was a bit deceptive is going to put in a lot of effort. Next year, there's going to be a trip. So you could try and make things right with a partner, Aquarius, or your partner may be trying to make things right with you by taking you away on holiday. Aquarius, try not to think about this obsessively because it's not going to help you. The timing isn't right at the moment for this to be resolved. It's just not the right time. Maybe you need to just be a bit more patient. Yeah, your intuition is telling you, Aquarius, that someone wants to talk to you about loyalty. Okay? This is all about loyalty. Or the divine is saying, Aquarius, this person is loyal to you or will be loyal to you going forward. Underneath the deck, somebody here was just simply focused on money. And I think it upset the apple cart somehow. Maybe this was a work affair. Maybe somebody took their eye off the ball financially and somebody got away with something they shouldn't have done, you know? This has a chance of working out, but give it some time, Aqua, and don't sit in your head. There's no point. Okay? All right, guys, moving now to the final sign of Pisces. So, my lovely Pisces, here we go, guys. Let's find out what the cards have to say before I lose my voice. Archangel Michael, what have we got for my beautiful Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Friday, the 4th of April, moving into the weekend and into a brand new week. What do we have for my lovely Pisces? Thank you, Michael. I keep hearing, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, bless you. What are you worried about, my Pisces? I'm hearing someone say, I don't know if I should be doing this. Okay. The Hierophant. You're thinking about a very traditional relationship, or you could be communicating in April with a Taurian. Somebody, Pisces, may be asking someone else to face Judgment Day. You Pisces could be communicating with a Sag, if not a Taurian. Wow, and we have Virgo with the Hermit. Look at those 3 major arcana. Pisces, if you're in a relationship, you may feel left out in the cold from your partner that you're married to, and you may be ready to make a major decision to leave. Or you may feel, Pisces, that in a very traditional situation, a Sag and a Virgo are feeling guilty, holding back from you, feeling guilty because of some kind of traditional process that was carried out. Wow, 3 major arcana, 2 of Pentacles. Pisces, you are trying to make a decision. You may be struggling financially. And with the 2 of Swords, it's as if you're trying to push down your feelings. Or you may feel, Pisces, as if you were in denial that someone was cheating, or you were in denial about your money. Suddenly recognizing that finances are not good, not wanting to see it before. So you could be single, linked to a family dynamic that's been toxic, or you could be married. You've got a lot on your mind, Pisces, in April. The Ace of Swords, you know the truth, and with that truth, you're wanting to move into a new cycle. Or you know the truth about a Queen of Wands who may be facing Judgment Day, could be a Sag. With the energy of the Star, you may feel that she's received some kind of wish come true, and she's now turned her back and she's concentrating on money. Now, there may also be a situation where somebody may have got involved with the Queen of Wands at work, and that was their wish come true, and somebody's found out. The Sun, enlightenment about the ending of a connection here. 5 of Swords, enlightenment about sabotage. And Pisces, you may be feeling brokenhearted. You may be feeling brokenhearted. And there's you, Queen of Cups. You're feeling brokenhearted, left out in the cold and worried about money. Oh, bless your heart, Pisces. Bless your heart, guys. You're either in a relationship with someone and you found out they were cheating with somebody at work and you're brokenhearted, but because you're worried about money, you don't want to end the relationship. Or Pisces, you may feel that there was something sneaky that happened in a family dynamic. Whilst your back was turned, whilst you were getting your head down working, this Queen of Wands got a wish come true. And you didn't want to see it before, or you couldn't see it before because somebody may have been strategic. You're upset. You're upset. The Fool. The Knight of Cups. Pisces, I feel that this is a separate message. This is one message for you. Very unhappy, worried about your finances, toxic family dynamic, whatever this was. I think the separate message is, Pisces, shockingly, somebody's going to move towards you to say, I love you. Could be an Aries, could be a water sign, could be a Scorpio. Somebody is coming in to change your life, to bring you a wish come true, okay, after betrayal. This is somebody who may have been watching you for quite a long time. This is an ex coming back. This is also someone who may be saying to you, I'm sorry I betrayed you in the past. This is someone who might have pulled you into a third party. They're coming forward to you now to say, I want to make amends. This is somebody who potentially is single now. You may say to this person, I'm not sure. You're holding back from this person, but they are communicating with you. It's as if they want you to see that they really want this, Pisces. You're using your intuition with the High Priestess. What do I do about this person? So you're in a rather uncomfortable situation here. You're managing your life, but money isn't good. You're aware of some kind of strategy that went on in a family dynamic, which may have meant that it pushed you onto the breadline. So you've been thinking about this enlightenment, that somehow your happiness was sabotaged and you had to pick up the pieces. You've then got this person coming back to you from the past saying, Pisces, Pisces, hey, I still love you. I'm single now. I'm sorry I sabotaged this in the past. You're going to be standing at crossroads thinking, oh my goodness, what else do I have to deal with? What else do I have to think about? Yeah, underneath that is the Eight of Swords. It's as if, oh my gosh. On top of having to deal with a bit of heartbreak relating to money, a family dynamic, whatever this was, you are thinking about someone who's saying to you, I want to be with you. You're either thinking this is the worst possible timing, or what you're thinking is this is the best possible timing because this is someone who wants to partner up with me. This is somebody, you know, that is going to be supportive and loving. This is somebody who is going to be helping me in my life. This is somebody who wants to help me carry the load, right? They're coming in with the Knight of Pentacles. They want to be with you, Pisces. You want to really carefully think about this because you don't want to feel as if you're just accepting this because you're clutching hold of straws. I'm worried about my money. I'm stressed because of this horrible family situation. So I'm just going to say yes, right? You don't want this person to feel as if you're just looking for a safe place to land. But you are very seriously considering your feelings for this person. So what are you going to say to this person who's coming in out of the blue, basically saying, I want to be with you? What are you going to say? Page of Cups. You may be talking to this person about a child. You may be understanding they are sincerely trying to apologize to you. They're apologizing to you for the past mistakes. They're apologizing for past mistakes. 9 of Wands. What you're saying to this person is, I've had a really difficult time of it. I have struggled and tried to keep the faith. I've tried to keep my feet on the ground. I've been concentrating on my finances. It hasn't been easy. Pisces, you may say to this person, I'm sorry, I was in the Queen of Cups. You're going to find me now in the Queen of Swords. You're going to find me now in the Queen of Swords. Or you could be saying to this person, Pisces, I had issues with a woman who was very strategic that caused me a lot of problems. What else are you saying to this person? You had to face a Tower moment. You had to face a Tower moment, Pisces, and it left you in the 10 of Wands. You may have had no option but to move location because you couldn't afford to stay where you were. You may have had a lot of stress to deal with on your own. You're basically saying to this person, do you not know what I have been through? You may have put on a brave face, but you are expressing to this person, if they want into your life, if they want to be with you, they have to be loving and supportive and patient with you because you are not playing games. You've been through some horrific stuff, Pisces. You've struggled on. You put one foot in front of the other, but it's almost as if you're saying to this person, if you have any ideas of coming into my life and turning it upside down, I'm not going to want anything to do with you. I need to know that you are being honest. I need to know that you're going to act with integrity because I simply can't deal with anything else. I've been through it. I'm not strong enough to go through another tower moment. I just can't do it. I go under. You're being honest? Yeah. You may say to this person what you've been through has taken its toll on your health. You may say to this person you had issues with a father. You're holding back from your dad, or a relationship went under. You may ask this person if they're still married. The Wheel of Destiny. Whoever this person is, Pisces, is going to say to you, I want to move forward onto a new cycle. I'm going to act with integrity. I want to be with you. Pisces, it's up to you what you do. It's up to you as to whether or not you believe this person. What are they trying to bring, Pisces? Oh, guys, they're trying to bring you justice. Okay, this is somebody who I feel wants to be there for you. They're recognizing, Pisces, that you may feel very on your own. You may feel as if you've had to deal with a lot. You may feel as if it's just going to be, you know, the straw that breaks the camel's back. I think they're coming in to sort of gather you up and say, I'm really sorry for what happened in the past. I want to be there for you. But Pisces, I think you're so depleted and so nervous and so stressed in fight or flight mode that you don't know if you trust this person. You may just say to them, I need time. I think you're going to say to this person, I need to take this really, really slowly. Okay? Oh my goodness, talk about timing. So guys, let's get messages from this person to you. So, Archangel Michael, what would this masculine want to say to Pisces? My biggest regret is that I did not fight for this love. I want to tack on the end, in the past. I didn't fight for this love in the past. Okay. I want to be honest and tell you what's really going on in my life right now. So this is somebody who is going to be open and honest with you, Pisces. All right, 2 messages. First one, guys. My family and friends do not approve of our relationship. They do not understand this connection. I know I'll have to stand up for this love. So Pisces, you two may be very different cultures, upbringing, age, religion. Their parents don't approve of them being with you, but they don't understand the very strong connection. And this person is wanting to stand up for this love. They're wanting to fight for this love. Okay? They really regret not fighting for this love before. And previously they pushed you away because they were confused about how they were feeling. I think they know exactly how they feel now, Pisces. They want to be with you. And this is someone coming in to sort of gather you up and say, hey, choose me. I want to marry you one day, right? Yeah. This feels very similar to the Capricorn reading. This person could have Capricorn in their chart. You could have Capricorn in your chart. This is somebody who is wanting to prove to you that they want this, okay? All right. So Pisces, a beautiful reading for you. I'm leaving it there. Take care of you guys. And I will be back before you know it very soon. Take care now. Bye then.